I'm looking. I'm looking.
And welcome to DaraChat. That's right. It's another week of fun-filled adventures, and getting older. But that's another story for another time. But anyway, it's never another story to be honest. But anyways, uh, my name is Daramouthe, or Dara for short, because some of you kids don't know how to say it right. I will tell you again. It's It's Daramouthe, not Daramouth. So help me God. So help me God. It's like trying to teach a bunch of kindergartners not to go near the hole that says "Do not enter," and they're like, "But it's a hill." Oh man! But anyway, how are all of you? And of course, I have on the one and only Brittany, or Brittany, as they would say. How are you doing, Brittany?
I'm good.
That's amazing. Well, not only is it amazing, but obviously, you have been sort of the lurker in the shadows. Not like as a dark figure, but as mysterious in the night. No, but you've been in the shadows for a while, and I can't. Was it? Is it made up name? Hey, it's my. I made it up though. Okay, I get to say how it's pronounced. You do not. Alaska man, Chef. That's right. That's right. But no, it was. I think it was. I'd asked you a long time ago initially. You're like, no, not at this time or whatever. And that's fine. Always, it's always someone else. But then I think it was after. I think it was after Wendy or someone else. You decided, okay, maybe
Yeah,
this is the time.
it was right before Wendy, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then seeing Wendy, like, be on. I was like, okay, I definitely think I can do this. I'm glad I said yes.
Yeah, yeah. She obviously she has a very thick accent, so sometimes it was kind of a bit hard to understand her, but she still made it through. Over an hour and a half, she was rocking like a rock star. Although she didn't have a musical instrument with her, so I don't know if that works or not. But no, I'm glad it worked out because there are a lot of people who aren't. I mean, you are a creator, obviously, but in the sense of like there are people who aren't creators like Wendy who've been on, and just to get the opportunity to talk to people like that is a miracle in itself because. Um, as I've stated before in the past, like I think a lot of content creators miss that opportunity of talking to people that aren't just another content creator in the field. Again, I know obviously you are a content creator, but you get the idea of what I mean. if I can make it any clearer, I feel like I'm walking in a circle. It's like, okay, how do I get out of this one? I don't know. But yeah, I think giving opportunities to people, well, not just giving an opportunity because that's kind of as silly as say it's a one-way street, but giving an opportunity and taking an opportunity is something I don't think a lot of people do in the regards of the guest part. Because I mean, you probably watch a lot of other different people,
Yeah.
and you see them do their thing, right?
Like, I've never been on a live stream other than like if they're playing a game and I'm just like in voice chat. So,
Yeah. And then you're like, "No, that's mine. You can't take that. You're gonna get it next." Um, but no, yeah, I think it's kind of for myself. I think it's kind of a lost opportunity because, um, while in one circumstance, it is understandable um, why creators only invite other creators because they understand the gist of the things, right? Like, oh, scheduling, all that stuff. Even though I've run into a few where that's not the case. Um, but on the other hand, though, it is kind of a limited. Uh, oh, how do I want to put? It's like kind of a limited group. I don't know if that's the right way of saying it, but I'll just say that. Because if you think about it, when people bring on other creators, or when a creator, sorry, when a creator brings on another creator or creators, they're only bringing on people who either can be within the niche they do, either exalt their status, which I have seen, or just be the friend. They are a friend of the person or whatever, as another content creator. And for me, I feel it's very limiting because there are so many people out there, Brittany, and it's um, very risky, but the risk is worth it because I get to talk to people like yourself and Wendy and Slinger Games, Alaska Man Jeff, over two. Actually, I, at this point, I've had to do a recount, and it's over 250 people. So, yeah.
well, and they also like for just video making, they usually tell you like if you want to collaborate with someone, try to pick someone that has the same amount of like viewers and subscribers as you, which is kind of limiting because it's like, well, what if what if they have less or you know?
Yeah, I've never been a fan of that, and I've heard that for a few. Oh, I heard my name. What's happening? Nothing, Slinger Games. Just keep being you. No, I was just trying to tell. I was just saying I've had you on. Um, but no, that gets me too. Is like there. I've heard those stories where there are some content creators that won't invite somebody on if they don't have a big enough following. Or I've heard stories, and I can't corroborate them, so I can't. I can only corroborate what I've experienced, and that's not even good either. Um, but I've heard stories where that you have to like pay them to be on. Now, obviously, there's a time factor, right? Like, if these people are super well known, that's understandable. But if they're not as well known as one would think, it really does cheapen of even bringing someone like that on anyway. Because I just can't do that. You know, it doesn't feel well. Uh, Another person, Slinger Game says, "I will collab with anyone as long as they're a good person. I don't mind." So you would collab with a dog. I just wanna put that out there. You would collab with a dog
I
if a
mean,
dog.
I collabed with my cat, so
Slinger Games, you need to up your game. She just beat you. It just beat you up. In the chat. Alaska Man Jeff says, if you try for people bigger than you, you risk get torn apart. Because they think you're trying to rob them of viewers. I made that mistake once during a Twitch raid. Wow. I'd stream with the fish. Okay. So we got the predator, the cat, and we got the prey, the fish. I think this is not going to go in the way you want, Slinger Games. This is not going to go in the way you want. Think you might want to calm that one down. 100%. Yeah, I just and I can understand that, Alaska Man Jeff, because I mean yes, I obviously have over 1,000 followers on Rumble and over, I don't know what it is on YouTube, to be honest. But those are never the metrics I follow. Those are mostly just like bonuses, the object. Um, because as I've been doing this week, or as I started yesterday, this week I've been putting posts out of um, appreciation for all the people that have been on the show, whether they still talk to me, whether they blocked me or whatever. It doesn't matter. A lot of people have been on, and I finally got my count, and I was like over 250 people. Holy crap! I'm like, wow, that is too much. Um, but yeah, I just don't operate that way. I don't. If someone invited me on their show, I would try to make time, because my thing is like, uh, for me, when I do this, I schedule at least by the last either the last 2 weeks of the month in order to get a buffer of people um to have on. I don't have to do that, but it's part of that ordeal of just trying to reach as many people as possible. That's impressive. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You're on the list too, Slinger. You're on the list too. But those will be coming out. I have to do it. So the reason why I have to do it like um, 3 posts per day is because of the whole spam bot thing on X, and I really don't want to have to deal with that in case I get flagged or whatever. Um, but that's why I'm doing it 3 at a time. So, yeah. So that's that. If anyone was wondering about that, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. Hey, Slidey Pie, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Um, I mean, for you, Brittany, I can't. I think it was I came across. I can't remember if it was a pay it forward stream or something, but I came across your channel on Rumble first. And you were just posting videos. I don't think you've ever live streamed before.
no, I
No.
only just started like trying to live stream to YouTube, but
Mhm.
I don't really multi-stream yet, so
Well, and that's fine. But I just came across yours, and you were someone on, at least on the Rumble side, and um, I didn't see a lot of people watching stuff. And again, that kind of goes with like they're more focused on their live streams than they are on their edited video content, which you mostly do on Rumble, which is just post videos of your artwork. I think the last one I saw was something to do with Pokemon. So,
no, it's Kiki's Delivery Service was the latest one.
oh
But
yeah,
I do paint Pokemon cards. So.
yeah, nice. I know a lot of people would be like, so can I get that Charmander? Can I get that Charmander? Could have just asked. You don't need to act like you're a drug person or something. Goodness sake. But yeah, I think that's how I remember how I remember seeing your stuff, and then I couldn't initially on your. I don't think initially on your Rumble you have a link to your X, and so I was kind of left to kind of searching on X like Brittany or Artful Brittany or whatever until I found you and then followed and through all that stuff. So, but yeah, no, it was interesting. And like, wow, that's another art person Because we will talk, I know you know Michael Keane. Obviously, you follow
Mhm.
him and he follows you, which is good because he's an artist, and I've had him on a few times. He's also an acupuncturist for those who are interested. So if you do have unrestful times, he knows how to pin it out of you, so to speak.
He can make you a pin cushion if you
Oh
want to be
my
a pin
goodness.
cushion.
He he will poke you awake if that's the case. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm glad that um the road has finally led to here because the title befits it. Obviously, I was like when I came up with the title, I was like, yes, I finally got a good title. Um, but yeah, I mean, so how long you been doing the creator stuff?
um, well, YouTube just reminded me it's been 9 years since my first video.
What?
Yeah, so I have been off and on doing YouTube.
Uh,
So I've been through like all the adpocalypse things that happened.
mm,
Every single one. I got my monetization taken away when they changed it to the like 1,000 subscribers and like 4,000 watch time
mhm.
hours. So I've earned $80 from YouTube, and that's
Woohoo!
it. But then I did like a hiatus for a while, and I streamed on Twitch.
Mm,
And I did like both gaming and my art stuff. So I
mm,
met people there, which is kind of why I said yes to this, because I miss the like small community aspect of
mm.
streaming. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's understandable. I mean, so how many places do you put your stuff on, if I may ask?
Just YouTube and Rumble now.
Okay.
I
Oh, so
stopped
you
Twitch in
okay.
like 2019. So like right before COVID hit, like
Ah,
a bunch of like the people I was like hanging around with
mm.
on Twitch, they also stopped too. So it was kind of like, oh, I guess we're not doing this anymore.
I don't want to be by myself, please. But no, that's pretty interesting because I didn't start doing this till like middle of 2023, which was way after all the COVID stuff. Because COVID was like 2021, and all that.
Yeah,
And I just, I had always watched somebody. I was always a consumer of people's content, but I never went for it per se because I wasn't sure about it and all that stuff, and I didn't know what I really wanted to do. Um, and obviously, it seems like you kind of went in knowing what you wanted to do per se. Um,
yeah.
but go ahead.
Because I got the idea um, from my grandma, kind of. Because when I was like maybe 7 or 8,
Mhm.
she would always like teach us how to draw when we would go visit.
Yeah.
So it was like making homemade Play-Doh and then also learning how to draw. So that's kind of where I got the idea to.
Nice. And well, that's pretty. Now, homemade Play-Doh though, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard stories where kids eat Play-Doh. Okay, so I'm
Well,
just
this one would be edible because it's made with like flour and stuff. So if they ate
okay.
it, they wouldn't die.
Well, I mean, they're not gonna die with Play-Doh because that's non-toxic. All right, come on now, come on. But I know there's stuff like Play-Doh, moon sand, clay, all sorts of moldable stuff. But no, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, um, and when did you start doing stuff on Rumble then?
um, Basically, when people started talking about it
Oh,
and just like, hey, you should just post your videos here too, kind of thing, where I just took the extra time uploading on Rumble too.
mm-hmm.
Because if YouTube is mean to me one day, then I guess I still have Rumble.
Well, they did take away your monetization though, so I mean,
Yeah,
they kind
that's
of
kind of why I've had many hiatuses on YouTube, and I probably be monetized again, but I took
Mm.
the breaks and
Yeah.
now have to deal with a different algorithm every single time. So
Yeah. I I uh I I I grow over there. Exponentially slow, of course, but it's part of the ordeal. Like people like you, I get to meet so many others, and that's part of that building the bridge, as it were, building those connections. But it's never been the um, main focus of why I even do this in the first place. Like again, I um with all the people that have come on, whether it be once or what have you, and there's always those challenges with that. Uh, it's been eye opening to myself, and hopefully many to many others as well, that ju- just being to one certain section of what this thing is, content creator sphere or whatnot, um, just seems kind of like how do I best describe it? It's kind of like you're using only 5% of what this tool can actually do, which is a lot more. Like, artwork, there's a whole lot of people doing artwork out there. Um, some creating weird masterpieces, some creating, I don't know what those are called. You're just like, and that costs $10,000? Are you kidding me? But there's also people who do like simple stuff, like or um, or stuff that has of different, like Kaya, who I had on a while back. She did embroidery and a whole bunch of other stuff, but she's also does different paintings with different types of. She paints with different types of paint, watercolor. I think she said she did charcoal, oil, all that stuff, and she has made a sort of business out of that. But um but again, you get to not being restricted to a section of a niche or a a point of like what just to talk about. I think it really helps in being allowing to have a lot of people like like yourself or more, to just, I don't know, have the ability to say yes, or opportunity to say yes, whichever you want to call it. um Because there are some people who, like you, were like, I don't know, maybe, who knows? But we'll talk about it a year from now.
some stranger on Twitter is asking me to be on his talk show. I don't know.
He said he was gonna. He said he wanted a 5 out of this. I don't know what this is supposed to be about. Um, yeah, I can see that too, and that's why I always. That's why I always. That's like one of the things. Look, I know you want me on, but did you have to wear a hood over your face for that? I didn't. I don't really need to think it was necessary. Um, but no, that's why I usually end like, if not, that's fine. It's understandable. Thank you for your time and all this stuff, because I don't, people is it? I am not either. That's a lie. Well, oh, there we go. That is a lie. That's a downright lie. I behoove that right there. That's awful. Intimidating. Pff, he was on. He wasn't intimidated at all. That's right, Jeff. I'm calling you out.
I mean, with those sunglasses, you could have been like FBI or something with your profile picture.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Oh, look, it's a Fed, everyone. That Fed wants you on the show. So anyway, would you like to come on? Fed! Fed! Wow, I didn't know it would hurt so much. But no, I get it. But at the end of the day, it's just part of it is trying to show that a conversation is possible, um, regardless of status or whatever. But also it shows that well, shows that it's possible to have a conversation with just about anyone. Two, it's not limited to space or niche or whatever. And three, it's just there are a lot of people out there who do have something they want to say, or something they didn't think they would be able to say, but once you get them chatting a bit, they're like, didn't know that would come out of my mouth. And was like, well, at least it wasn't the worst. You could have been saying slur words. That would have been really bad. And then the last comment, Jeff says, I was too scared to be live. That's right. I was the one wrecking your internet. Well, thank goodness for that. A man from Alaska knows how to hack my internet. How am I not surprised? You are too much on the. And this kind of. I'm sorry, sir, but this kind of goes your whole technology ordeal. So you may want to calm yourself down, okay? um, but yeah, but no, I mean, you said you've been on shows where you've gamed with others, but has that been pretty much it? And just going on other people's shows?
Yeah, and it was back when I did Twitch, so it was like that small, like almost friend community that you made,
Hmm.
and then they would just play multiplayer games, and so you joined to basically help them on their stream because they knew they could trust you not to say gamer words while you were playing. So
Yeah. It's like, hey, John, how's it going? You motherfucker! Oh my gosh, get him off now. But I mean, yeah, I think, and that's understandable. I understand that section. It's just I feel it's kind of limiting because I feel in doing this, I do kind of take a bunch of risk on my hand, especially, and I don't know how many people you've seen other than Wendy. I know you've been in a few times in the chat, but I don't know like how much you've seen because I've had some people on who are quite a bit um, of a challenge to get to open up, and it's nothing against them, not in a bad way, but is an understandability of so what am I supposed to say? Like it's a TV show. That's what it's called. It's just what am I supposed to say? And like what am I supposed? Your cue word is frog. Now go. And stuff like that. Um, I saw Dare without his glasses, but I'm not going to say the color of his eyes. They're blue. I've already had my glasses off before, Slutty Pie. They're blue. It's okay. You can say that. It's not any secret. I've had my glasses off before. Well, a few times. Usually when I did like the premium only streams, I would have them off, but I'm not doing those anymore. So it is what it is. I mean, for you, it's just fascinating to get to kind of see your stuff, and I know you have your issues, but I mean, do you want to talk on your experiences between the two places you put your stuff on, or do you just want to?
I mean, Rumble is mostly just on the side because I haven't trusted it to push my content like YouTube does.
Right.
I still get more views on YouTube, and I think that's part of the your like what's the word? Finding that like people aren't looking for art content. So
yeah, discovery. I think
yeah.
is discovery. We have discovered the word discovery, and we will keep on discovering. I know wordplay pretty good. Oh man, that's gonna get me thrown into word jail or something like that. But no, yeah, that makes sense because, again, live streams are the big thing on Rumble. Obviously, I post short content like shorts, um, short form content. I don't want to say shorts because they don't really have a thing for shorts, but I've posted shorts. I've posted videos. That's hola, the Spanish for hello. Hello, hola. ¿Cómo está, señor? Hey, Luke. But the issue is valid because again, when you have other platforms that do have their form of being able to help people to be discovered, right? You know, tags, hashtags, all that stuff, or just YouTube's algorithm is such a fray of a mess that I don't even want to try to touch on that because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen to me if I try. I'm sure YouTube will come after me.
But you're FBI. You're the one that comes after people.
She knows too much. All right, take her down. Take her down. But no, I agree that their search and their ability to discover people on their platform is uh, poorly poorly implemented at best, abysmal at worst. Because for me, again, I do my thing with Rumble Squared, collecting that feedback, trying to find out what the major pain point stuff is, and I can show that starting from March, that content discovery has been a big pain point for many people, and to not have any sort of improvement on that on the Rumble end has been a big. And I know a lot of people are talking on it like it's the first time. So, or maybe they're just repeating themselves often after a while. But my thing is that you can't continually bring people over if you do not have a good way of finding people. And last week, um, the eyes are blue, yours are lighter than mine. Well, they're not that light, okay? They're like blue, okay? Bureau of Investigation, DBI. That's right, DBI. Don't butt in. That's right. That's what it'll be. Don't butt in. Um, but it's it's a continual disappointment when we have a platform that has said many times over a period of time it wants to be competitive with Twitch, it wants to be competitive with YouTube, and yet it fails to hit on the mark of a major pain point for a lot of people, especially for people who just make edited video like I don't know how much you edit your videos. I'm sure you do like a time lapse or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm just
I
spitballing.
do. I've tried to get better at editing
Yeah.
because the algorithm now, like, people won't watch your video as long if it's not like sharp cuts and like all
Yeah.
the fancy things now. So
Yeah,
I'm
you can
learning.
yeah. No, and that's great. I mean, it's always nice to learn something a new skill. But you can tell how much I care about that for myself. So I I just do this thing cuz I enjoy. After that point I'm like, "You want me to put in how much work to be seen again?" I I see a lot of people give advice, which is fine. It is what it is. But for me, like seeing all that advice, like, what does this have to do with what I'm doing? This is like, this is like trying to talk to a brick wall. I don't, I get the whole thumbnails, overlays, all this stuff. But I'm like, I just enjoy doing this thing. Why are you making me do more work than I want to do? Like, it's not laziness. It's just that I enjoy doing this thing without.
Make up clickbait or
Yeah.
something.
Oh gosh, clickbait, dear lord. Come see the top 10 things you didn't know before. Or did you know that they did this thing that you didn't know before? All that stuff. After a while, I'm just like,
Yeah,
I,
I don't click on them anymore. I'm like, even if that's the truth, no.
or you see them like or the, or something like that. I just like, really? I didn't know I would be like the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil monkeys on the front of a thumbnail. I bet you anything that's the truth right there. If you do the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil monkeys, you're bound to get followers bounty because that's what Google is not about. Oh man, I'm a horrible person. But the point of the matter is though is that you're not wrong, and I see the conversations brought up many times over. Some people say it's a cycle, but it would stop being a cycle if they would just fix their darn content discovery. Even if they just did something with their search, if they could just get something done this year, the problems of hearing people moan over and over again, I can't be discovered, I don't know how to be discovered, all this stuff, it finally would have an answer to that, but we don't. And it's a sore spot missed by Rumble. But whether they care or not is up to them. But that's what I do because once it's out there, and once all that stuff is out there in public, you can discredit me, but you can't deny me. Um, and Luke's Awakening says, editing sucks. I wish edited content did better on Rumble, but sadly, live stuff seems to me. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree that the edited content, even the short form content, and that's uh, been for me when people ask for Rumble Shorts. Like, okay, but I'm like, how can you have
Rumble Shorts when there's no great way to discover people. It just becomes lead weight at a certain point. It's really just bogging down. Like I mean, what you're on YouTube, so what do you think about shorts? Do you use that shorts?
I use them now. I still hate them
Mm,
based on the like instant gratification aspect of it, because as
mm,
an artist it takes you like days to do something, and
mm,
then you shorten it to less than a minute
mm,
just to put music to it, because for the copyrighted music it has to be 60 seconds or less to use the full like clip.
mm.
So otherwise I'd have to like talk for 3 minutes over the short, which I haven't tried yet, but it seems like I'm finding fun in picking like a theme song to something and
Yeah,
then putting that to the 60-second short clip.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And I believe now you can do 3 minutes now on YouTube because they changed that a while back.
yeah, but you can't use the copyrighted the copyrighted
Oh,
music is only for 60 seconds. So, I would have to it would either be like muted the rest of the
oh.
time,
Mhm.
or I would have to talk for the 3 minutes.
Well, let me tell you this. The only I haven't come across trouble, but you could use Pogo's music and not get any copyright stuff and just get a content ID by TuneCore, which is the company he went through to do his music out. But beyond that, I've not gotten any copyright issues with Pogo. Oh, there's also another one, Smuffy. He's another Australian that made music. Oh, he doesn't very much anymore. Um, but sort of those two musicians right there, I would look into using their stuff because you could go longer and most likely wouldn't get into trouble. But that's up to you. Um, Luke says shorts are only good on YouTube for generating traffic. They don't keep loyal followers. Yeah, obviously you still want to generate traffic to some degree. With shorts, you hope they'll bring in enough traffic to watch your other stuff. I found that it oftentimes doesn't really pan out though. It's a hit or miss. It really is a hit or miss. I think it's a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, like I've gotten, I think, a couple subscribers from like the Pokemon card ones that I do.
Nice.
But that doesn't mean they're gonna watch. Like I do more than Pokemon cards, so
Yeah.
that doesn't mean they're gonna watch all my videos.
Yeah. I think the one big thing misconception people need to understand is no matter how many followers you have, that won't always generate into how many views you'll have. So say you'll have like 500 followers, you'll maybe get 10%. You maybe get like 1 to 5% of that, if at best. And that's why for me, when people talk, and I understand that, right? People celebrate followers, they'll celebrate hours viewed, they'll celebrate all this stuff for milestones, and all, that's fine. Do what you will. But for me, celebrating while I did for my 1,000, even though someone had to tell me I was at 1,000 instead of me saying, "Look, I have 1,000." But it did send a thank you because people who did help push to 1,000, I did want to owe them thanks. So that gratitude right there. But for me, celebrating the follower milestone is kind of a personal cheap in a sense. I mean, yes, sort of you've earned every person and all this stuff, but my issue is that not every person out of that whole 500 or 1,000 whatever is going to watch your stuff, and that in lies the issue. Followers does not equate views, and so you could have a video or a short, it could do tremendous amount of views beyond your followers, of the amount of followers you have. So what does it say about followers in general? I'm not saying there's anything bad about followers. No, I'm just saying to count that milestone of followers from my perspective is kind of, it doesn't make sense because it doesn't equate all the views. And most of the time, from what I've seen, people are more about the views because of the ad revenue, right? All that stuff, all the boring stuff they keep talking about that I just don't care. Probably gonna get me in hot water, but whatever. Slidey Pie says, I don't know how to edit my videos or what they are. I find them. Yeah, exactly. I mean, my shorts. I've been paying someone to clip stuff from my long streams in the shorts. So thank you, NGM, for that. If you're still out there. Um, but beyond that, like I would use Opus clips to make my shorts for YouTube because it was just easier and all that stuff. But I just don't edit for the sake of it. Yeah, like Slidey Pie. I don't know how to edit, and editing takes time, and I have a full-time job, and I'm not gonna take 3 to 5 hours to do something that.
And there's like a push for authenticity now. I
Yeah.
think partially because of AI and just the fakeness of online people sometimes.
Mhm.
So there's supposedly a push to more authentic content than there used to be.
Yeah. Well, especially since there are a lot of talks about view botting and all that stuff. And this is all platforms. This is not just Rumble or Twitch or whatever. This is all platforms that have that issue. YouTube has just gotten good at hiding it, even though they still have issues with bots. It still shows up. Luke says, I've generated a lot of followers from shorts, but there's never any interaction, so therefore no loyalty. Well, again, you can have 500 followers, but you may only get 50 of them to come and watch. What does that mean? Yeah, Luke says editing is very time consuming. You spend far more time editing than actual recording. Yes, correct. You can do hour recording and put it up there, or you can do an hour recording plus 3 hours of editing, and then which I get, but for me, I just meh. Not my cup of tea, unfortunately. You're gonna see me with my head in my hands like what time is it? Oh, I don't want to do this no more. But it also kind of goes to like in another example, like the creator program, like after a certain point, I was no longer streaming because I wanted to. I was streaming because I had to. Now, I don't have to, but at a certain point, I was like, the creator program on Rumble is a bonus. It really does not mean the end of the world for me. I can make a few extra $100 a month, but it's really just it's not worth what I'm giving up. And the premium only streams were the bit of a push, but I was able to do them anyway. But once they did the whole ad read thing, like I'm sure you've seen, I was like, no. So I'm not going to continue in that. But yeah, if it ever comes to the point where this is more of a job than it is anything else, then it really lessens me wanting to do it because there's so many people, Brittany. I don't think you realize how many people there are out there that have the ability to have something of want to talk, including yourself. Hey, Goonie, what up? What up, Goonie? And just I see it after a period of time. I saw it as like I'm building a library. I'm building a library of all of you, and people can stop by and they can watch our stream together, and they say, "Oh, so that's what Brittany's about," or "I didn't know Brittany made Pokemon cards," or all that stuff, right? And then there are links tied to that video, and they go see your stuff and all that. It's the discovery of people within this library that can be a change into itself. And I know I may be seeing more than other people see, but I want people to understand that it is for me like that. It is a library of people, and when you go to a library, an actual library, right, you're looking at fiction, nonfiction, what do they have? Movies, all that stuff.
They have games now too.
Games, that's true. I have seen that they have games too. But you go to a library because there's always something you can rent out or borrow or whatever, and you can read or watch or whatever over and over again as much as you want until you have to take it back. Now, obviously, it's kind of going for out there because you're not borrowing anything from this library, but you are going into this place where you see all these different names and these different people, these different perspectives, these different stories, these different things, and you either get to be connected in a way, and on a way, or some sort of something in between, if that makes sense. And I just enjoy doing that because how amazing is it that
Well,
we
it's
get.
just like a online community that you become a part of, and you can
Mhm,
support each other through.
mhm.
So
Yeah, I mean, and for me, I have come across some things within this that I don't, um, that have kind of, I don't want to say rubbed me the wrong way, but have kind of made me pause in a second. Like I get people, no matter the platform that they call it a family that they build, or we are a family also. For me, I'm not about that. And my issue is that while that is a nicety, it is a detriment to what this thing actually is,
yeah,
right?
I wouldn't say family as the term because family means something different.
Yeah, yeah, and I already have a family. Thank you,
Yeah.
Al. I love you, but I already have a family. But to call this thing of people you connect with and stuff a family, that's very off-putting for me because either they don't understand or they kind of sidestep what is involved with this content creator sphere. A lot of ego, a lot of biases, right? We're all human at the end of the day. A lot of this or that niches or whatnot, here or there, jealousy. There's all sorts of things within this that when someone says family to any platform, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, some ain't right. Oh, I can't do it as good as that meme though, but I did try. But I mean, for you, you did have something with the gaming and stuff. But I mean, when you hear people talk like that or community, what do you think about that sort of thing?
I can't think of the word right now, but like where you become like codependent, like between like the chat and you, like it's kind of, there's lines that can be crossed if you think about them as family
Mm-hmm.
and you don't actually know them really, like they're not in real life your friend or something. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's just, I think it's going over a line when you treat your chat or another creator like that. Like you can be kind of like online friends, but
Yeah.
not like calling them family. That's a little bit different, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I mean, even with saying community, there is that faction of it can be a bit unstable just because, again, we're all human beings at the end of the day. We all have our biases, we all have our emotions, we all have this stuff. And there
Well,
will
if
be, go
drama
ahead.
happens, then
Oh,
you're like, okay, do I pick mom or dad? Like,
I, in all honesty, I despise content creator drama. Well, just drama in general, but in the creator sphere, because I've been part of this, the content. I call it the content creator sphere. Hashtag me. I created it, it's mine. You can't take that away. But for me, in this content creator sphere, there's been a lot of backroom drama, and sometimes it's in front of the room too. In front of back of the house, front of the house. If you understand what those two kind of like, I think they say like at the like a restaurant or something like there's a front of the house and the back of the house, stuff like that. Have you ever heard those terms? There's a lot of back of the house drama that I don't appreciate being thrown into. I've not been of any part of instigating it. If intentional, that's a different story, but not intentional at all, or even knowing about these two people or whatever going on, or all this other stuff. Like I'm as human as the rest of you. All right, I may not be Superman saying that, but I'm still as human. I'm still as human as the rest of you. I bleed. I go to the restroom. I eat food. Maybe not the same as everyone else because some people like it a little too spicy. Okay, all right, but when I have to deal with people who call themselves adults and yet on the back end of things, they act like children. I don't care at any point about any of it or any of the people who instigate it, because I'm here to do something that has far more value than your little inferences, than your little tiny brain moments about drama, about this person can't come on because we're having this legal thing in the background sort of thing. Didn't even know. Yeah, all that stuff. Or the inferences of being invited onto someone's show, a group show, and being replaced with another bigger content creator because it was the only time that creator would be able to come on, even though I was scheduled a month or so in advance. All those things. I wouldn't want it for anyone because I've
Like
been
high
here.
school all over again.
Content creator drama, or the content creator sphere, is high school drama with business implications. Simplest way I can describe it. And even then, I think high school drama is selling it a little too much because it does seem like first graders arguing over. Yeah, it gets tiring.
I did get bullied in first grade, so.
Oh, don't! I didn't mean to bring up such a bad time.
My childhood trauma.
Welcome to Brittany's childhood trauma. On this episode, we discover the dark secrets of why she draws her art. They wouldn't stop. They wouldn't stop. But I just don't care. I'll be honest. I'm here for a limited time on this earth. All of you who see this, all of you who have ever had any drama with me in the back, anyone who's ever had that little drama thing in the back end, I'm here for a limited time. Exactly. I'm here for a limited time, and you're making me deal with childish bits and pieces. Let's just be honest, okay? We're all adults here, supposedly, but I'm still dealing with children to some degree. And I don't like that. I don't care for that. I'm not going to bring it. I don't care about it because I'm doing something I find high value in. I get to talk to someone like Brittany. Amazing, a little shy, but she's good at her art. I get to talk to someone like Goody, who is friends with Sonia Lisette and so many other people. I've gotten to talk to Alaska Man Jeff, who lives in Alaska, who does a lot of artwork, who's very hateful of the AI, but I still love you, champ. No, I'm okay. Or Slidey Pie, who is not. She is a content creator to a degree, but she's not like what she does. It's all a bunch of nonsense. Yes, it is. Even to people you think were friends, it can be a bit of a nonsense. The point I'm trying to get to is that I enjoy the opportunities. Sorry, if I say opportunities, it's gonna make me sound like a single out person. Opportunities for what this thing has allowed me to do. But I do not, I will not, I shall not appreciate people who want to throw a landmine in my face and say, "Here, take it." And I'm like, "What?" I don't care. I don't care. I'm here for a limited amount of time. Do you think your drama means anything to me? Do you think your threats of emotional manipulation and all this stuff mean threats to me? Yeah. After a certain point, I'm done. I'm here to talk to people who are willing to come on. That's my bottom line. If you're not willing to come on, that's fine. You miss out, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm done with that now. I apologize. My rant is over with. We can all now go back to a regular show. So cats or dogs? What'd you like?
Now you're starting drama.
Oh, good lord. No, I know you have a cat though. What is your cat's
Two
name?
cats.
You have two cats?
Mm-hmm.
What are their names?
Mercy and Jaina.
No, okay. Jaina's one I've not heard of before. That's an interesting.
Jaina is a World of Warcraft character, and that's why she's named Jaina.
You love WoW, don't you?
We used to. My husband and I used to play.
Oh wow.
We dated in high school and now we're married. But he introduced it to me in high school. So which is why my name on Twitter is Loverbird, because that was my first character name made on
Aw.
WoW. So I made that character, and then we just continued to play WoW until it started not being as fun.
It was wow until it wasn't.
They made classic, but it still wasn't WoW.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Or you do the wow. No, but that's pretty awesome though. But I mean, you know, um you don't really hear too much about those kind of stories where someone who I mean, I have heard like high school sweethearts or whatever, but you don't really hear of them very much anymore.
Lasting.
Yeah, that too. That too. But you just don't hear very much about them anymore because it doesn't seem like it's much of a thing. And part of it's understandable. Like, you know, high school. I was homeschooled, in my honesty, so I've never been to an actual high school. But in the understanding of high school is really the social. It's the social ground in which you will learn a lot of different things, and a lot of them are not pretty. A lot of them are not pretty. Um, obviously drugs are part of that. Obviously, you know, talking about doing it is part of it. The whole bunch of stuff a part of that, cheating and whatnot. And there's a whole about of good as there's bad. But high school in itself is basically the social gathering ground where teens and they're like are going to learn how to not only deal with each other but just how other people perceive the world in a sense, right? And forego all the lessons you learned in class because obviously what you've learned you're probably not using as much as you did in high school. Yeah. Trigonometry, what? I I look, I got my GED, so I have that, but I got to like algebra and I'm like, oh man, please, can I not do this? Please, Lord, please, I don't want to do this no more.
The only math I was good at was geometry because it was shapes. So
There you go. See, now you could think what is the length time width of my car? Well, okay, let's put this in a square for a second. Yeah, I was never that. I mean, I know my basics, which I think a lot of people, if they know their basics, they can build on from that. But I just I just couldn't go beyond whether it was the teaching, whether it was just in how to learn it. I don't know, but math and me were not always the best. Yeah, it was not fun. Even stuff like geometry. I was like, okay, what is the hypotenuse? I'm like, oh man, I don't want to do this.
So I wasn't good at math, but I still had people trying to cheat off me because they thought I was the smart, quiet girl.
Yeah.
So they just thought I would automatically be good at math and they would try to cheat.
And like to yourself, good luck, guys.
Good luck.
I I would just like, wait a second, why is my test wrong? Wait a second, and you're just smiling at them while you walk out the door. Oh goodness, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I was homeschooled. Some of my siblings went to an actual high school, and some of them went off to college. But I just at a certain point for me, I was grateful. I When I took my GED, it was right before they were changing it to the news. I think it's changed since last time, but it was changing. I think it was like 20 2012, something like that, around there. And it was about to change to like a new updated system of like how they were gonna do it. And I was like, oh Lord in heaven, I don't know if I'll get this, but I hope to anyway. And I passed. Uh with sort of flying colors. I have to look at my numbers again because I don't remember. See, that's how good you remember it. Oh, that's right, 2013. That's right. Around 2013 is when I got my GED. So that's like 12 years ago. Dear Lord, I'm old.
I feel even older. That's the year I graduated college.
What year were you born in?
I was born in the 90s.
Oh, well, I'm way before you, sister. I'm older than you, so do not
Oh,
worry.
okay.
Yeah. Well, that just shows that you were smarter, though. That just shows if you got it through, you were just smarter. But yeah, like I said, I didn't go to college. College is great for who knows what they want to do without changing too much because it is expensive.
Yeah, I kind of wish I would have gone for something else, but
Yeah, yeah. You're kind of stuck with what you got, but you're here, which is the important part, and that's the important part I'm gonna focus on. But anyway, it is the top of the hour, and so what happens is Brittany is that, and I'm pretty sure he's always gonna do this thing again. Oh, good, no. Hey, Nightmare, how are you? Hope you're doing well. But like always, at the top of the hour, I set aside some time for me and my guests to um promote ourselves if they're if they're a content creator or not. If not, I usually just uh they can say whatever, almost whatever, because I don't need them going off the rails in like some kind of slur or gamer word incident. I don't need that. But for Brittany, I believe this is yours. So Brittany, if you want to promote your stuff, the floor is yours.
I'm Brittany. I make art videos. I have art tutorials that are geared more towards beginner artists. So when people tell me that they could never draw and that they could only ever draw a stick figure, that's part of the reason why I do those. So I do really simple how to draw videos if you want to learn how to draw. But otherwise, I do create different art videos that are like art challenges. I paint Pokemon cards. They're just all like kind of cozy, calm art videos. I don't do all the flashy, loud stuff. So, and then in my link tree, there's a link to my Ko-Fi. And I try to post free coloring. Well, it wouldn't be free because the lowest tier is $1. But you get a free coloring page every month. And I'm trying to do other printable things. So I just did some bookmarks for this month. So if you're like interested, if you have a kid that likes to color, that's where you can find that.
Nice. And that's all you're on your Ko-Fi, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Pretty cool. But yes, her link is down below, both on the Rumble and YouTube end, because I stream to both places. So if you want to see more of where she's at and all that stuff, you can go there, and hopefully you'll give her a look. And if she's worth a follow, why not? Right? Why not? Excuse me. But anyway, but yes, a link down below on both ends. Hopefully, hopefully you'll give her a look and see what she's about. But from my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube, hold on, whether you're on the Rumble side, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated, because not only does it help in being seen more, like all content creators want to be. I mean, let's just be honest. The insider ball is that all creators want to be seen to some degree, because it's nice to be seen once in a while, right? That's what YouTube was about. YouTube, although not much anymore. But that's getting off the point. The point of the matter is that it helps in getting seen more, and also having more people on, like Brittany, like Alaskaman Jeff. Look, I just posted some of my lists that I'll be posting throughout the week on Twitter X, and there are over. I did have to do a recount, but it's over 250 people that have been on. Some of them been on multiple times, some of them been on once, but over 250 people have been on DaraChat, and I'm looking forward to see the next however many more I can do for the remainder of my day. So you can any help with the engagement factor helps with that. And if you want to be a guest too, guess what? hold on, I gotta bring it up. It's a slow part. I have to kind of drag onto that. Guess what? You can go down to this link below. You can find my Twitter X there, which I mainly communicate through, but I do have other ways like my email. I also have a link to Discord, but it's mostly just for DMing because I only have so much mental bandwidth and I'm not interested in making my own server just because again, I have a full-time job and man, and some of those people, I've seen some of those social media kits, some of those content creators put out, and I say, no, thank you. I already have enough trouble as it is. So, but anyway, you can find my stuff there, and of course, the Rumble and YouTube links are there as well. So you can give it a look, check it out. Whether or not you guys follow, that's up to you. But you know what? You never know. You could be part on as well. And a lot of people who've been creators have been guests, and a lot of people who've been in chat have been guests. So yeah, I'm multi-purposeful. I'll try to work that one. But anyway, before I get back to doing what we do, a while back, like I said earlier, I am part of the Rumble Creator Program till the end of the month, and after that, I really don't care to join it again. It's really not worth it for me. But also, like I've stated many times before, I am part of Proton's partner program. So Proton Mail, Proton VPN, all that stuff, all the Proton suite stuff. A while back, they were advertising, promoting their partner program like earlier this year. I said, why not? Because I've got nothing to lose, right? And so I did all this stuff. I signed out all the paperwork, all this stuff, and then they, sort of 24 hours after the fact I did all that, they're like, "You're in," and I'm like, "Are you sure about that?" Because I'm like, some of those people like affiliations or sponsorships or whatever they call them, they usually want high numbers and all that stuff, and I'm just like, I don't think I'll be able to. But they said yes, so I'm like, all right, here we go. So a while back, I was promoting their email or Proton Mail, which does a lot of great things. But this time, I'm promoting their password manager called Proton Pass. And Proton Pass allows you to do a few things, but one of them is it allows you to use the email alias email thing that the Proton Mail has, meaning that the alias will be an actual email you can use, but it won't be your actual email. It'll direct all the mail to your actual email. But if the company you signed that email through is getting bothersome or a pest or whatever, you can just shut it off and you will receive nothing from them anymore because they don't have your actual email. So there's one of the good things. It has built-in 2FA or two-factor authentication. See, I had to take a breath for that one because I almost didn't remember how to say that. But there's a lot more within that link. You can go to that link down below. It'll say more stuff. This link gives you a discount if you want to use it. Look, I can make money off this, but for me, it's not about the money. It's about promoting a benefit, a beneficial benefit, because I use it day to day personally, and I wouldn't want to promote something that is not a benefit for you straight up. Yeah, there's money involved to use it, but they have free ones too, so don't worry about that. But again, you can go check the link down below. Whether it's up for you, but just give it a look and then make your decision from there, and all that stuff. So yeah, I've been promoting that, but thank you guys for listening to my rambling so much. Take it off. There we go. But yeah, it's always the fun stuff and trying to do like, okay, how do I do this? And you're like, maybe I should try this way. I'm not the best at it, but I mean, for your Ko-Fi thing, I mean, what? Because I've seen Ko-Fi, I've never used it, but I mean, for you, how long have you been using Ko-Fi?
I mean, I kind of just started actually using it, by posting the coloring pages. But it's like, so like Patreon takes some of the money that your members pay you, And Ko-fi doesn't. They just say, like, if you'd like to donate some of what you earn to make our site better, like, you can opt in or not. So that's why one of the reasons why I chose Ko-fi over Patreon.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've been hearing they've been getting pretty rough over at Patreon. So, most likely due to like the payment processors pushing all the censorship stuff, but that's a different story for another time. But yeah, Patreon over the years has been very finicky with its creators. And it's a hard platform to trust when they seem to change their mind most of the time and you're not sure which way the wind is. Sometimes they'll do it and they won't even tell you. And that's the sad part. When a platform makes changes that they won't even tell you about and you're supposed to be like okay with it or something. Like why is this being done? And there's no backing for it either, to be honest. But it is what it is, unfortunately. The sad part about dealing with all this stuff. But no, I'm glad it works. I know there's something like I remember seeing someone talk about something called was it Subscribe Star? I think it was called.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one. I don't know if it works similar to Patreon or not, because I want to be able to post like the free downloads and stuff. So
yeah, no, that's understandable. I've only heard of it. I've never used it myself. But then again, I don't do those extra things that create all that. Like I know why a lot of people do it, especially for it's a way of making extra income or whatnot, or trying to what's the word, like membership only sort of thing, like how YouTube does the like membership only streams or something like that. You're trying to keep a cutoff for like people who are willing to pay to be part of. I can get that. For me, it's just never been that thing, which I guess kind of is to my own detriment, but I'm not. I mean, the money, don't get me wrong, making a little extra cash is nice, but it's not the mainstay of why I do this.
like, depending on like how many like subscribers or followers you have, sometimes it's just like a barrier put there to not have the internet trolls to show up all the time. So like I can understand it from that perspective, but otherwise if you're you're still small and doing that, I don't know that that's a good idea.
Yeah. And that sucks too when you have people who act trollish. And it's the internet, so there's not much you can do control about that, unfortunately. But how one handles it is really the key of the situation, because I have dealt with a few, and not always in the fun way. But I think at a certain point, the best way to deal with them is just you block them, and then you won't have to hear about them anymore. Because it really is dumb. Like, you go online. Certainly there's a positive trolling. Like, I've done that with my Pay It Forward streams, where I've gone around and kind of thrown little donos over here, positive trolling like that, and I laugh. But there's also that sort of sour side of the trolling faction of what it is. And I get some people do it for, crap posting, whatever. But for me, it's like, it really is its own detriment, because there are people who just want to do what they do, like you. And all of a sudden you have a bunch of people coming your way and they tell you all the nasty words they want to. And they just try to harangue you and do whatever. And I'm just like, that's really just a detriment in its own right. And like, I don't even know the purpose of trolling. And I just, other than my own, which is very minuscule at best. But I just don't get it. I don't see where the energy's going. I see it as like, there are times to mock people, sure. There are some people that need to be mocked. But for me, it's just like, it gets wasted energy after a while. And I'm like, I just don't care. I'm here to do this thing I enjoy.
I don't need any hate watchers around.
No, she doesn't need any hate watchers at all. Don't hate watch her stuff, because if you give her views, it'll just be detriment to all her stuff. Shh.
I don't know how you could hate watch art, but I guess you can.
I hate watching her trying to make that Squirtle look good. Ooh. Pikachu, I choose you, that witch.
Oh, I did get on one of my shorts. Someone said you ruined it because I apparently ruined the card, and I just laughed at it like, okay, I'm sorry I
Wow.
ruined your day for painting a Pokemon card.
10 would not watch again. Oh man, that's just dumb. That really, you ruined it. Why are you even here? Why'd you even leave a comment?
It's my card.
Yeah.
I bought it.
let me just not listen to you anymore. But it really does get dumb sometimes. Like I've made, um, I'm sure you've seen like the meme stuff out there. All this stuff. I've made a few memes myself, but I've not. Again, I've not really been in that wheel of wanting to participate in such a type of trolling because it really is just a detriment. It's like the thing of it is, as far as I understand it, they're either pushing you to get the attention or they're pushing you to get something else. And it really is like you got nothing better to do. I mean, again, there are some people that kind of need to be mocked because of stupidity or whatever. But even then, there's just a wasted energy to it because like there's there's only so much time in a day, and I don't know what some people do with their time, but I ain't got a whole lot. All right, I do this show, I do my work. I love doing this show. Not always my work, but you know how it is. If one pays the bills, the other does not. The other does not. Curses, but yeah. I've also learned not to rely on content creation as a sole full time thing because it just leads to its own problems in itself. Just crazy. Um, but yeah, man, trolls, another story. But boy, thank goodness there are at least some form of tools for you to use in order to get past that. But yeah, they always find a way. Ugh, always. But you actually buy Pokemon cards, is what you're saying?
Hmm.
Okay. And what do you do like a separate thing where you try to paint to match, or do you color on the card?
So if the card illustration already has a good background, I try to color match
Mm,
and like finish out the rest of either the landscape or whatever is on the illustration. And if it's just kind of like fire or something behind it that's not really a scene or anything,
yeah.
I paint around the Pokemon and then paint my own like
Oh,
scene.
that's pretty awesome. More skill than I have, but that's okay. I am okay with not having that skill. You can have all that. Um, but yeah, I know I have heard that the Pokemon cards themselves have been a bit of a fiasco because there are, like I've seen like the machines, like they have these card dispensing machines out there for Pokemon.
Yeah,
Um,
mine are never like the newest ones to come out. Like they're
mhm,
always the previous packs of them, so they're like cheaper and not like the huge combo packs.
mhm. So with that, in essence, like oh crap, I was gonna ask. Like, is that a very big thing for you, just like collecting all the Pokemon cards? Because I know that like I have seen like some people who do like for the shinies or like the tin. Was it the foil, the sort of like holographic foil that they like? I don't know.
So I don't really I buy them to paint them, so I
Okay.
don't really collect like I did in middle school.
Yeah, same.
So
Yeah, I remember buying like this. So what happened was like a long, long time ago when Pokemon, well, the card game, right? There's a card game to this. Instead of it just being like collector of the artwork and all this stuff, there's a card game to it. Like you'd have like these little marble things that went with it. It's like this box was like a starter kit box. It had like all the energy points and all different types of Pokemon. Now, I will say when Pokemon came out to the movies, like the different Pokemon movies that came out, they would give a special little card for it. So when the um, I'm pretty sure when like the Lugia one came out, there was a special one. When the uh, Unknown and Entei one came out, they gave away like these holographic foil ones with the movie, and I had a few, but I got rid of those cards ages ago, so they weren't
I
much.
think my parents still had the ones my brother and I got from the Mew and Mewtwo
Ooh.
movie. I told him he could sell them if he wanted to, because you can make some money selling them if you want to.
Yeah, but usually the like movie ones and maybe some limited edition ones are the worthwhile ones, because the problem of it is you're gonna have all these different kind, like the energy ones and all this stuff, unless like it's been some kind of misprint or something that differentiates it from the other ones. It really, I almost feel like it's a really hard thing to do, because you just, it's just dependent on the card. But I do know that they've had issues with like the vending machines, like scalpers and all that
Mm-hmm.
sort of stuff. It was really bad at one point. It's like you could only buy like one pack or something like that. Otherwise, it just like the machine itself would shut down or something. Scalpers, they price those packs through the roof. It's
One
insane.
day I'm gonna paint a Pokemon card that's like worth a lot of money, and it's probably gonna go viral or something, because people will be upset that I painted this card that I didn't know was worth like $500 or something.
Can you believe this card? Oh my goodness, it's like $200. It's worth 5,000. Oh my gosh. I would I'd be like, wow, she was really good. But no, that's, I mean, in itself it's pretty awesome that you get to kind of do that sort of thing, cuz I used to collect, but I don't remember. Same thing with like the Pokemon game. I used to have the Pokemon game on Game Boy, like Game Boy Color. Let's be honest, Game Boy Color. But I don't really have those things anymore. It's just as time goes on, you just kind of like, things change and all that stuff. But I do know a lot of people collect Pokemon cards, and you see some of these content creators where they buy packs and they're trying to get that rare one. I'm just like, how much money did you spend per pack? Because that's not cheap. I think, I think they do like small packs, and then do like these huge, large tin ones, like these
Mm-hmm.
tin bins. I'm like, that's a lot.
Yeah, I just buy the single pack ones whenever we like stop at GameStop or something. Just
Oh wow.
buy like a little pack and then see what's in it and see if I can paint something in it.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't. Man, the Game Stops by where I live, they've started to shut down. Like they're pretty much gone at this point. And I'm like, wow. If there's a GameStop still out there, it's a miracle in itself. Oh goodness. But but yeah, I just think that it's pretty awesome. Um, that you get to, that you enjoy what you do, and also, I mean, I wanted to ask that too. Like, when did you find Michael Keane?
It was on X,
Mm,
and I think it was some thread about like being discovered on Rumble. I think it was through like a larger creator that kind of pushes Rumble a lot.
yeah,
Um, and either he commented on what I said, or I commented on what he said about how it's like we're still not getting views as an art channel, like, and he live streams, so
yeah,
like that's different than me too, where I don't live stream. I just was posting stuff
yeah,
because we were told, hey, just double post your stuff on Rumble, because it's gonna eventually be a big platform and better than YouTube. So
yeah. It's so
we
it's like, go ahead, sorry.
we just kind of both had the same problems being artists
Mm,
on the platform. So
yeah. And there are a lot of other arts. Like I know a few people who do sewing, or the ladies of the fiber, if you will, and all that stuff. And there's that too. But it while huh, while it's understandable for those to push the platform to whatever heights, my issue with all of that is that I would rather be honest about the platform and where it's at rather than hyping over the issues many people have, because there are valid, right? I mean, you're not some bugger who's just trying to like raise or whatever, and there's some people like that. But you're someone who's coming to the platform and you're using it, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm just doing edited video content and I'm barely getting anything at all. There's no way to discover me. And you're right. There is no way to discover you.
Like,
How do
is
you
anyone interested over here? Because doesn't seem like it.
how do you solve a problem like Maria? Well, her name is Brittany, but she's not a problem. Um but I mean, like, again, I found your channel through happenstance, and I can't remember exactly how, but I found your channel through happenstance and trying to reach out, and through that trying to find your account on X through happenstance as well. But I mean,
Yeah, I have like trouble with figuring out the like creator side of Rumble because of how it's set up. So like I even have trouble changing my thumbnail sometimes, and just like little
Yeah.
settings things that I'm like, how do I find this?
Yeah.
I don't know where it is.
Yeah, it's a bunch of QOL, or what it's known as quality of life stuff, that really is not being touched on. And for me, from my perspective, Rumble is a place that, yes, free speech and all this stuff, but my issue is that Rumble is a place that makes you work twice as hard to be on it. And this is not like, oh, be lazy and just repost streams, whatever. I'm talking about you have to learn how the platform works. And the platform doesn't work in a way that has ease of use. And so, like, there's a gentleman I know, his name is Tommy, and he's trying to build some ease of use tools for people to use. My issue is that should be Rumble, and that should not be a third party doing that. And when we talk about, right, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen like the online ordeal, like, oh, they're just complainers, oh, they're just whiners and all this stuff. My issue is when you begin to dismiss someone's genuine concerns about a platform they use and say they are nothing but a whiner, a complainer, they should be working harder, they should be staying in their lane, or they should be, Rumble doesn't owe them any sort of thing. By doing that, you dismiss somebody who could be a benefit to the platform. And when you do that, right, when you do that out there in the Rumble world, not only do you shut down that conversation, but you show people in your engagement, you look like, no, hey, whoa, hey, whoa, hey, you'll be coming out on that engagement thing soon enough, all right? Don't you worry, Gaming Chad. I've made sure your name's up on that list on Twitter X, although you probably won't see it anyway, so there's that. Hey, Gaming Chad. But I don't appreciate. She said yes to that. She said yes
Oh
to coming.
no.
She said yes to coming on there, Gaming Chad. That's the point, okay? Little misfit, miscreen over there, or sunglasses. No. Don't even try. Don't even try, Mr. Funny Pants. Don't even try. I've had Gaming Chat on before, and he's from the Netherlands, I believe.
Oh.
Denmark, Netherlands. He's probably going to yell at me because I got it wrong. I'm okay with that. You're in another country. I'm okay with that. No, you can't get me. Oh, bummer. Total disappointment. You know what, Gaming Chad? Don't get butthurt, okay? Don't get butt over. He's a good guy. He's a total catch. Well, I was told I would have to be caught with a worm, so I don't know how eligible that is. That's not a fun thing to be told. But going back to my point, when you have people telling others, using the platform, work harder, stay in your lane, or Rumble doesn't owe you anything. I despise that. I despise that because it simply shuts down having a well-to-do conversation about a genuine issue. Look, and people can have all the spaces and all the roundtables they want, unless you take that feedback, turn it into a visual, and post it publicly. All those few hours you guys talk about on your roundtable, your X spaces, whatever, it doesn't mean anything.
Well, and it's almost like they don't even try to use their own platform. Like, they're not using the same tools that content creators have to use, and they're not seeing it for the difficulty that it is.
Yeah. Oh, look at, there you go. Oh, look at that. He's making up. He's being nice. Thank you, Gaming Chad, for being nice. I appreciate it. He's got to say his talk show. Jerry Springer got nothing. Well, I'm not shouting like Jerry. This is not
He
that
said
type
he
of-
didn't want to do drama, so
Yeah. I'm not like bringing in the trailer trash to fight each other over about the baby daddy who's the fifth cousin in the family. I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not doing that. That's not going to be a great show. You come over here right now. That baby's mine. No, that baby's mine. I saw a little bit of that pool. I'm not dipping into it. But for me, it's like the reason why I do my thing with Rumble Squared and why I capture the feedback and why I turn it into clear visuals is because that does more for people to show, one, that they're not alone, and two, it gives a form of accountability to the platform itself. They can ignore me, sure. I'm pretty sure they do. But not always. And there are people on the platform who need to see something, and Rumble just doesn't provide. Sure, praise them when they do well, admonish when they do poorly. I've always said that, will always say that. But I'm not the hype machine. I'm not the grandstander who is going to overglaze those issues. And I'm not just going to do a space talking about it. I am going to take that feedback and I'm going to give people a visual to look upon, because that does more than just talking about it. I want action. But action only comes with accountability. And Rumble needs that. You're not. It's a proven tactic, Jerry. Yeah, but this is not the Jerry show. Okay, this is not the Jerry show. I hope I'm not hijacking your conversation. You've already con-aired it, okay? You've already con-aired it, all right? If you've seen that movie, you've already done it, okay? Oh, goodness, Gaming Chat. I hope your stuff is going. Hey, Gaming Chat, are you still in the creator program? I just wanted to ask because I didn't know if you were there sure or not. But yeah, that's why I do what I do. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to continue doing it because people deserve a little something in return for all that they give for Rumble, even if it's not the money part. I'm still in the program. Well, I'm glad for you, sir, because I am not going to be in it coming next month. So hope you enjoy it. But I believe people deserve a little accountability and transparency. And sometimes Rumble doesn't provide much of either. And again, you know what? Maybe I am talking on my butt, but I've got the data to prove that. I've got the data to prove it. Not some 2 to 3 hour stream. I've got the data to prove it. So y'all can suck it. That's not that's not how I'm really gonna end it like a Jerry show. Jerry. They reprogrammed me last month. I am now doing ad reads against my will. See, I'm blinking and no one comes to help me. Well, because you're in another country. I can't do when you're in another country. I can't help you. I can't help you in another country. I am sorry, Gaming Chad. Talk to Tiny Panda Face. She may be able to body slam you out of it. All right, I'm just saying. All right. But anyway, we're gonna start winding down because it is that time, and I think over an hour and a half. Congratulations, Brittany. Look at you. You did it.
Now it's the Hat of Doom, though.
There's no Hat of Doom. It's questions from a hat. There's never gonna be a Hat of Doom. I know
Questions
Steve.
of Doom from a
I know Steve started it, but I'm not gonna acknowledge it. Um, we'll get there. We'll get there. But you did over an hour and a half, and just like with Wendy, congratulations, you did awesome. So everyone, give her a round of applause for Brittany coming on and being part of it. I know it took some time to get here, but you did it, and that's the important part: is that you took the chance, and you are here now. And we'll see if she wants to come back again, to be honest. It was awful. I can't believe you. um, Osia, Tiny Pain Face, I'm definitely going to talk to her all night long, all night long. I don't know what that means. Is that a song? I don't, I don't know. I don't know what that means. But anyway, again, all of our links are down below, whether it be, thanks, man. Oh, look at that. From Slidey Pie. Look at that. But all of our links are down below for either end. Of course, she has her link tree. It has all her stuff in it. I have my link trees down below on both Rumble and YouTube. Again, I do this thing because not only help with the engagement, not only helps in getting seen more, like all content creators, but it also helps in having more people on, like Brittany, like Slidey Pie, like Gaming Chad, even though he scowled at me that one time. Like Alaska Man Jeff, like Panda Face, like Panda Sub 2000, like over 250 people. I want you to show me someone who's done the same. Because there are a lot of people out there. Just push back and do. No matter what he says, you look really nice, and I'm happy to have you, Brittany. I said you look nice too. What is your problem, Gaming Chad? Trying to turn that against me. He's a monster in the chat. GC monster. But I do this thing because it offers the greatest opportunity ever, and that's just getting to sit down and talking to people like Brittany or whatever, creator or not, doesn't matter. What matters is, will you come on? My pants, no. I'm not, no. Keep your pants. I don't want your pants. But anyway, but yes, links down below for both ends. Of course, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be having on We Are the Show, gentleman who does his own show talking about politics and whatnot. That's going to be on tomorrow. So looking forward to that. And hopefully you'll come and stop by and join us for whatever we want to talk about, because we did that for the past hour and a half. I think that was pretty awesome. So there's that. And of course, the last thing I do with my guests, and no, I'm not going to call it that, questions from a hat. That's right. I have a hat off from Roll. I put some questions inside. So what's going to happen is that my guest, Brittany, is going to get 2 freebie questions. However, if people in the chat want to have more than the 2 questions, they got to give a Rumble rant. Now, I'm not monetized on YouTube because they do have those 2 tiers now, the 500 one and then the 1,000 one, which you can get the super chats, whatever. But I'm not qualified for any, and that's okay. So if you're on the YouTube side, sorry, but them's the breaks. However, if you're on the Rumble side, and if you want more than the 2, you can just give a Rumble rant. Doesn't matter the amount. I've had people spam me the $1. I've had people spam me the $2. It doesn't matter as long as it's a Rumble rant in order to have more than 2. Otherwise, 2 is all you get. So we're going for the first one. I'm not looking in the hat. It's like trying to pull a rabbit out, except not a rabbit. And let's see what we get. All right. First question right here. Let's see what it says. Here we go. What's your favorite way to unwind after a long day?
I'm usually reading a book. Like before bed, I always read a book.
What's the one you're reading now?
Well, I just finished one called The Memory Collectors.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a group of people that get to go back in time to, usually it's like over like grief stuff. So like they see their son that died years ago, and they go back to that day so that they can see him one more time.
That must be the hardest part right there. Hey, Big Black. Oh, look at that. Big Black says, "Good evening." Let's give Brittany another question since Chad said you were rambling. Hey, hey, you're the one who wanted to come to this chat. I'm not rambling. I am talking with a lovely lady here. All right, hold on. All right, let's give that the $2 BBP. There you go, BBP right there for Big Black Plymouth. Obviously, his name is too long, so I have to shorten it. So it's your own fault, Big Black. And Gaming Chad says, reading a book. Have I told you how tickly a beard like his is? Make you. No, she don't let her read a book. Goodness sake. Actually, it's a funny thing though. I have talked to a few authors on this show. Natasha is an author. She's self-published. And I have a few people. One does D&D books, writes D&D books. So there's that. Mrs. Snow, R.H. Snow, I've had on. She's a lovely lady. She writes her own books, and all that stuff. So yeah, I talked to a few authors. So there you go. See, I am worldwide, sort of. I think. Never mind. Anyway, the second question is, um, well, this one might be good. Good to try on. Which is more important for content creation, creators or platform? If you'd have a guess.
I mean, right now I would say platform, but it also depends on the creator too. Like, you have to have, I guess, the artistry to create something. So it depends on, we're going to get philosophical now. It depends on if you want the views or if you just want to create art.
Sure. Hey, Nero, how are you doing? Why are you doing at everyone? I don't think at everyone sees that. Thank you, Nero. Well, for me, my answer to that one, the question, is that it's a bit of both because it's symbiotic, right? Like platforms need people to create on it while they also need people to view on it. Like there is no platform without people to watch and people to create. So the platform needs to be up to par to at least be able to run for those people to create, but also people need a place to create on. And there are many platforms out there. It's like it's no joke how many platforms out there. Tim with his creator. He is very creative and he creates art all the time. Well, thank you. I appreciate Gaming Chad. Gaming Chad, you're a work of art yourself, but I'll let you speak for that, not me. Oh, thank you, Nero, for that. Well, thank you, Gaming Chad. I appreciate that. But yeah, I see it as a bit symbiotic, but without one side working with the other, it becomes a bit parasitic. And there was a platform. I had a previous guest on. She was on here and Noise, Noice, but their platform shut down because they just didn't get this funding in time. And there are platforms like that. So you kind of do need to have enough money for a platform to grow and all this stuff. But if your platform's not good to use or it's not easy of use to use or other, it's kind of hard to use it. And people start leaving to some form of degree and groups. And they don't look back after that first one unless you do something profound. And right now, Rumble hasn't really done much of profounding at this point. A little bit here and there, but not much. Sometimes if you blow on it, it grows. Yeah. Sure, gave me chat. Man, goodness sake, a bunch of kids in the chat right here. Just joking. Last question, unless Rumble rant is given. What is something true that nobody agrees with you on? What is something that's true that nobody agrees with you on?
I mean, I wouldn't say nobody agrees with me on, but I think ghosts are real.
Yeah, yeah. I've hey, what up, Cancel? Nice to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Tough crowd. I probably should not be here on Monday evening. You rarely show up at all, good sir. Still love you anyway. Still love it having you on here. Pantless Fridays are my thing. No, I think that's more Tiny Panda's thing. I think that's more Tiny Panda's thing. Um, yeah, I've seen a few people who, I mean, maybe not the conspiracy stuff, but they do sort of hold that same view where ghosts real or whatever. I mean, I watched well, I used to watch like Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures, sorry, Ghost Adventures back in the day. Now they have some other one like Sam and Colby's another one. All this stuff, but you really can never tell if it's true or not just because of um, it yeah,
The
there's
TV show aspect.
yeah,
I have a YouTube channel that I watch that he's a debunker
yeah,
for the different ghost content. So
yeah. And what's the success rate for debunking so far?
it's pretty high because he kind of analyzes a lot of the footage and like points out stuff that's kind of like pointed out that like it's thrown or like just different things that they try to do to make it extra scary.
Yeah, or like they picked on something that no one heard or whatever. And so like you kind of have to go within some form of skepticism. And I know people out there who try to go and maybe they hear something or not, but I really do believe that to some degree. I feel like it's a 50-50. You can't always be 100% in either or because sometimes people don't experience anything. So what is to say to yours? I mean, it's not to bring it down, but it is to kind of like if they didn't experience what you experienced, then they can't really say that that's true or not. So there's that. Um, I lost my Tiny Panda Pants on Fridays was all because of me. Well, it seems like she doesn't think that, so you might want to have a conversation with her because I lost my pants during the show. Well, no, you lost your pants way before the show. That is for certain. Did my Oh man, Gaming Chad. One of a kind right there, one of a kind. But anyway, that is the end of it, unless there's another Rumble rant. But again, I want to thank all of my people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's really always nice to have some people on, whether it be one or two or even 20. It doesn't matter the amount. What matters is I have a bunch of people willing to come by and see these new people or returning faces that I bring on. And that's the point of why I do it. And of course, a big thank you to Brittani, who had the gumption to say yes, and she survived. She has come out unscathed, and she can wear that big belt. She can wear that big wrestler belt that says I'm a winner or something like that. She
I beat the Hat of Doom.
it's not no. I don't accept that. Don't accept that. Wait, don't I get a question? BBP just did a no. That was what no, that he paid for that. No, you do not get a question. Just did a bit he did a Rumble rant, which yes, it is a sort of pay it forward, but the questions out of a hat are random. So no. That's not how it works. You've been here before, young man. Don't try to play hopscotch bagosh with me or something like that. I gotta put tape on this once again. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the show. And of course, thank you all again for being here. Again, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will have on We Are the Show. Met this guy, of course, who I think either was the Rumble side or the Twitter X side. I don't remember. Sometimes it's very difficult to remember where I meet some of these people, but I still meet them through some place, and I'm always glad to have people on for a chat about whatever. And that is what their chat is all about. You totally used my name in that rant. No. Nope. Your name. Where is that? Uh, all he said is that you said I was rambling. So no, you do not get one. No, you don't. Oh, I did use Chad's name. You want to give him a question to protect us legally? No. You used his name because he said I was rambling. That's his fault, not yours. Uh, there you go. Look at that. And again, her link tree is down below that you can follow her. Her Rumble link is in it if you want to follow it or not. But at the end of the day, um, again, some of these people, especially during my pay it forward stream, some of these people would not be found because there is no way of discovering them. And actually on the pay it forward stream, there were a bunch of the people that stopped by were gamers, and they were names I'd never heard before. And fortunately, the gaming ambassadors failed to even find those people. So there's that. But anyway, on a positive note, hope to see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Hold on, before I go. So a while back, I had went to go to answer this one for Big Block. So a while back, I have a Dyson vacuum. It was a 2-tier cylinder one, or cyclone one, or whatever you call it. And it was off like overstock or something like that. So it was cheap because they're usually expensive vacuums. But I went to the website to kind of see what else they sold. They sold like lamps, hair dryers, air vents, all this stuff. Well, I found out that Dyson actually makes headphones. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that's really awesome, blah, 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 blah. But they're like $500 a piece. And I'm like, oh no, poor already. So I really wanted to get, I know no, she's married, Gaming Chad, so please knock that off. The question for that is like, there was a website. There were 2 different headphones. One was called a D Zone, or something like that. I can't remember what it was. And another one was On Track, which was another headphone. Now they discontinued like these blue ones because they had like a mouth filter in front. It was a really weird invention, but it is what it is. But there was a website, they were selling those for like $200, the blue ones. But a while back, I went to the Dyson website and they were actually selling the On Track for half price because they were having a deal going on. I was like, $250 is a lot more reasonable than $500 plus tax. People should not forget that because it does cost tax. But the point of the matter is that I was able to get my own pair of the On Track. So you can see right there. Now the color is called Ceramic Cinnabar, but basically, so these headphones, funny enough, you there's an app to download with this, and it allows you to track like the hearing, like the inside, internal, outside, all this stuff. So what happens is that you can turn this on, and if you can see, like these things right here, those are actually speakers, right? So there are 2 modes to the headphones. There is transparency, and then there's isolation. And you can just tap twice in the headphone, it switches between both. Now, when you are in transparency mode, these speakers right here will hear the outside. Because if these being off, you can barely hear anything, right? But the point of the matter is that when these are in transparency mode, you get to hear the outside noise around you inside. Pretty easy. Now, they also have like this little thing right here. That's a little button where you can do up or down for like high, raising the volume or lowering the volume. Left to right is skip. Pressing on it is pause or play. And the funny thing is that you can change these. You can change the caps to different colors. So like these come off, and you can change them to different colors that they sell. They're a bit like $50 a piece, but you can also do like the little cap, little things in there too. Like
That makes them easily customizable, though. Like you could paint on them.
Oh, not even just paint them, but they do sell different colors as well. They just cost a bit. So I got them. I like them. The headphones, the power for them supposedly lasts 55 hours, but they are amazing, and I enjoy them. So I'm glad I got these for half price. I've been using them ever since I got them. The sale isn't going on anymore, so might want to wait till they do another sale because they are expensive as heck. Where was they at? Thank you, Let's Joe, for that. I'm all out of names. Like and take names, and I'm all out of names. Oh, thank you, good sir. No. Dyson is this one? Yes, that was the Dyson right here. Look, even has the name on it. You can go to the website, and this is the only type of brand they sell. Not the color, but the type of brand is On Track, is what they call it. You have to tell us if no, it's not sponsored. It's just something that Big Block asked. I just want to see them chat. Yeah, see, it's not. It'd be funny if you broke. No, I didn't break them. I treat my stuff with respect, Gaming Chad. Unlike your pants, which you keep losing. That's the difference. 55 hours. Yeah, 55 hours. Well, actually, you know what? Oh, hold on. All right, I'll show you where you can find them. Hold on. I'll show you what they are first. Yeah. Okay. Here. Okay. Let me get this up. Let me share the screen. Here we go. So this is the website, Dyson.com. These are the look. Offer ends 9/6/25. You can save $240 on Dyson On Track. So if you want the deal is until 9/6/25. So it's pretty cheap for that mark. But I mean, the different colors. Dyson cans with gas 700. Well, I guess you'll have to remind yourself when it gets to that point, Big Black, because I'm not going to remind you. But yeah, you can look at all these different colors. You can change out the caps. You can change out the cushions and all that stuff. And yeah, I really wanted to get the copper, but that just didn't work out. And all that stuff. But yeah, they are now half off. So there is that. Yes, here we go. Headphones take 3 hours to fully charge and give you 55 hours of listening, even with the ANC switched on. Yeah. So there's that. But regardless, I'm glad I got them for half off and the deal's back on. So there you go. As soon as the deal ends, a new deal start with the same discount. It's just to get people to act quickly and buy something. Well, yeah, but I'm glad I got it when I had the deal instead of 500 because that's expensive as heck. But anyway, that is the end of the show. And like I showed you, BBP, those are the headphones. And again, thank you, chat. Thank you, oh lovely Brittany, for being on. And I hope that this will help bring more people to see your art stuff because I really do think you do some great work. It's just the discovery is just not there for that. Well, talking about tech is one way to drive me up. Well, thank goodness for that. Maybe it'll be SpongeBob. They were more expensive in the past, but yes, it's probably no. They just brought it back. Dyson's overpriced. Well, okay, sure, but I mean, my vacuum proves otherwise. So even if it is a bit overpriced, you do find times where there's a deal, and it's good to get it with a deal because they do last for quite some time. So that's just me. All right. But anyway, I end the show with One Day With You by Pogo. Hope to see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern with We Are the Show. And of course, don't forget to mute your mic when we go into the thing. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much. See you all tomorrow. Arrivederci. Bye, guys.
Bye.